all-new Arduino UNO Q board is here, and this is definitely not just for blinking LEDs or running motors anymore. Rather, this board can run some real-life AI projects like face detection, object detection, or even voice recognition project running on the board completely offline. Well, that's the new Arduino from 2025. But I know one thing, most people get stuck even before starting, like they find it very difficult even to boot up the board. So in this video, I'll be showing you the easiest way to get your Arduino UNO Q board up and running step by step, and I'll also be trying out bunch of example codes. So after watching this video, you'll be comfortable enough to use the UNO Q board and confident enough to make any kind of projects with it. So now, let me start this video by showing you how to set up this board. Now before starting, let me tell you, this video is sponsored by Arduino. Now, let me show you how to use it. So first, connect the Arduino UNO Q board with your computer, and initially we get to see this nice little booting animation of Arduino logo, and soon after it we get to see the heartbeat kind of animation, and this really looks cool on the board. Secondly, we need to download the software called as Arduino App Lab, and this will help us to configure the board before we start using it. And this software is available for multiple operating systems. Now, after downloading and installing the application, when you open it up, it will search for the device connected with your computer and it will automatically recognize it as well. Here, as you can see, it recognized our Arduino UNO Q board, so now just tap on it. And here we get a prompt to update the software first to use all the features. So now updating the firmware do involve a couple of steps in it, so now let me show you them one by one. So the first thing is you need to click here on Get Flasher Tool button, which will take you to this page, and here just download the tool called as CLI Flasher as per your operating system. After downloading, just extract all the files, and here when you try to run this file, it will throw this error. So basically, we need to run this in CMD. For that, let's first click here and copy the path of this file. Later, open up CMD and just type cd space and paste that path that you just copied and hit enter. And now, when I type the name of the file and hit enter, well, it works. And now the next step is here we need to type the command, which is Arduino-flasher-CLI space flash latest and press enter. And this will start downloading the latest image file available, and after a couple of minutes it will ask us to flash it in our UNO Q board. So just type yes here. And now we need to make this board ready to accept new image file. For that, first remove the USB cable and connect these two pins of UNO board with a female to female jumper wire. After that, just connect it back with the computer and it will automatically recognize and start flashing the new image file onto our UNO Q board. So here, after a couple of minutes, the image will be flashed successfully on the board, and now you can remove the USB cable once again and also remove the jumper wires and connect the USB cable back to the computer. And now if you open up the Arduino App Lab and click on the UNO Q board, now you can do the steps for configuring the board. Like, first you need to give the board name, so I'll name it as techiesms. After that, just provide the Wi-Fi credentials of your router to make it talk to internet. And now it will look for some package updates. So click on the install button to install them all, and now we are left with the last step, which is we just need to set the password of our account. And after setting it up, as you can see, the Arduino App Lab is running on the screen. But this is currently running on the laptop, so now let's just try to run it individually on the UNO Q board itself. So for that, we need this kind of USB hub in which we can insert a USB receiver for keyboard and mouse, a HDMI cable for display, and a 5V 3A power supply to power them all. And here we can see Arduino running the boot animation, and this animation feels a little different than the previous one, maybe because of the software update. And on the HDMI display, we get to see the login page. So here, I'll just type my password quickly and later click on the login button. And yes, I'm inside my account, and by default, it opens up the Arduino App Lab here. Now, Arduino App Lab contains a lot of example codes in it of several different types. So let's try a couple of them, starting with the LED blink example code. Now, after opening it up, I just directly click on the run button, which will start compiling the code, and after a couple of seconds, the code was flashed, and now I can see the red LED blinking on the Arduino UNO Q board, and that's my first ever code running on this board, and hopefully majority of the people will start from here only. Now here, if I show you the code, then it has two different code files. One is this main.py file, which is in Python, and this will be running in microprocessor part, and it's responsible for running the loop. And the second file is the sketch.ino, which will be running in the microcontroller part, and it's responsible to turn on and off the LED on board based on the data it is getting from the microprocessor side. And both of them are connected via bridge to share data between each other, and that's how a complete project file of a UNO Q board is made. Later, I jumped onto another example code which was also about blinking LED, but this time with the help of UI. So after successfully running this code, I just clicked on this Python tab, and here I get to see this URL which I copied and pasted in the web browser available in the Arduino UNO Q board itself. And here I get to see a big button with the help of which I was able to control the onboard red LED, and all this was running locally on the Arduino board itself. So after trying out those LED blink based example codes, I thought to try out some IoT and AI based codes as well. So later I tried this weather forecast on LED matrix code, and here I'll open up its .ino file first. And here in the code we can see that it is made for the city named Turin, and to change the name here, first I need to create the replica of this code, and later now I can edit this code and change the city name to Ahmedabad, which is from where I belong. And after that, I'll just hit the run button, and after a couple of seconds, on the LED matrix, I get to see the animation of sun, which states that it's sunny here in my city. And that's how you can make your IoT weather station kind of project easily with the UNO Q board. Now let's try out vision and voice based projects, starting with the object detection example code. Here when I scroll the readme file, I found that this code will help us to detect multiple objects in real time. But before trying this out, we first need to have this kind of USB camera with us, which we need to connect with the same USB hub. And later, I just clicked the run button, and after a couple of seconds, the code started running, and inside the Python tab, I also get to see the local IP address, which I eventually opened up in the web browser. And here, as you can see, it started detecting multiple of the objects in front of the camera with great accuracy. So it successfully detected the chair, couch, and even multiple persons on screen. And all this was running completely offline. And as this project doesn't involve controlling any GPIOs, we get to see only the Python file here and no INO file. Later, after vision, let's test out voice-based projects, and for that, I open up this Hey Arduino example code, and here in the readme file, it says it will detect the Hey Arduino keyword and do some animation on the LED matrix. So let me hit the run button and test it out. And here to test the code, we first need to have a USB microphone, which again, we need to connect with the same USB hub. And now, let's test it.
Hey Arduino. Hey Arduino. Hey Arduino.
So that's how you can use the UNO Q board with the help of Arduino App Lab and try out multiple example codes. And the best part about the App Lab is that each and every project got a detailed documentation in the README file, with the help of which you can understand the complete project and you don't need to search for it on Google or YouTube. So a good job Arduino team for such an amazing documentation for all the example codes. And now here one question arises that we can easily use the UNO Q board with the help of Arduino App Lab, but can we program the microcontroller chip of the UNO Q board with the help of just Arduino IDE, just like we program the regular Arduino UNO boards? Well, let's find out the answer. So first, I connected the UNO Q board with the computer, but it didn't show up the port at the beginning, as here we need to wait till the processor boots up completely. So now, let's wait for the animation to get over. So now, as the processor booted up, here we get to see the new port, and after selecting it, I searched for Arduino UNO Q, but it was not available as we need to install the new boards packages for it. So I simply typed Arduino UNO Q in the boards package section, and here just installed this package. Now this will add all the supportive files to program the new Arduino UNO board. Now after a couple of minutes, it will be successfully installed, and now let's explore the example codes. So here I found this video example code under LED Matrix quite interesting. So I opened it up, and after that I straight away hit the upload button. Now it started compiling and uploading the code onto our UNO board, and after a couple of seconds, it started playing the bad Apple video on the matrix. Now it looks a little better in the blurred form, so yeah, the blur is intentional here. So yeah, the code started working at the very first time, and here I also wanted to check whether the code stays in the controller even after removing the cable or not. For that, I removed the cable and plugged back in, and after the boot up animation, I was able to see that video once again. So yes, the code stays in the microcontroller. And with this, it's confirmed that we can still use this board as regular Arduino board to build some microcontroller based projects. But I doubt if we can build some machine learning or AI based projects with the Arduino IDE, because for that we need to program the microprocessor using the Python file, and all this complex tasks are run by the processor chip only. So I don't think we can do all those projects with the help of Arduino IDE, but still correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. So until now, we just tested the example codes maybe with the help of Arduino or App Lab or Arduino IDE. But what if we want to build the complete project, kind of machine learning project that involves using the GPIO pins as well, like the complete Python file and .ino file from scratch? Well, that is kind of a lengthy process, and maybe I need to build another video that is dedicatedly focused on building the project around UNO Q board from scratch. So if you want that kind of video, well, you can let me know in the comment section, and based upon the majority comments, I'll try to make that specific video as soon as possible. And yeah, with this we come to the end of this video, and in this video we successfully learned how to set up the UNO Q board in the simplest way possible, and we also tried a bunch of codes that were available in the Arduino App Lab. So yeah, I hope you find this video helpful to quickly get started with the UNO Q board, and if it is so, well, a like will be really appreciated. And yes, subscribe our channel to see more such videos around Arduino, IoT, AI, machine learning, all those stuff. And yes, you can always let us know what you want to see next from our channel in the comment section, as we actively read all the comments. And yeah, that was it about this particular video. And yeah, I'm just ending this video here and now. Just wait for my next video, and then explore, learn, share with me, techiesms.